Yo, what's up, man? It's the one and only hip hop gamer, Hot 97, BET, GameStop. The champ is here, but I don't even feel right saying the champ is here because I don't feel like the champ no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you showed me something today. Like this company, the name of this device is called VirZoom, right? VirZoom, and I never in my soul, I can't even say my life, in my soul, experience something like this. I love y'all, like, period.
Yeah, I do
like it's crazy. So first off, introduce yourself, let them know who you are, what you're doing, and what's the idea behind this amazing development, dog. This is crazy.
Well, so I teamed up with my good friend Eric Malafew, came out of Harmonix Music Systems, and they did, he worked as our chief architect there through a couple projects you might have heard of, like Guitar Hero and Rock Band and Dance Central. So these are products that are controllers, kind of weird controllers that you use with games, and that's kind of what we got here. Except the games are virtual reality.
All right.
Right.
Now, what I want to ask you is your experience with virtual reality. Like, one of the things you was talking about, how when you're playing virtual reality and you're using a regular controller, you know, it's good. It's something that a lot of people will gravitate to, but virtual reality is meant to be played where you got more activity with your overall body and stuff like that. What's some of the things that you learned about, like, this device that made gameplay more immersive?
Sure. Well, the original idea here was we wanted to make these things, which are boring, right, by themselves, right, kind of fun, right? So virtual reality, you're immersed, it's immersive, so you're in the world, right? So you're responding and reacting to what's going on as if you were actually someplace else, right? So it tricks your brain into thinking you're someplace else. So we knew that virtual reality was going to get you moving, and it was going to make the games fun. But what we discovered as we were developing this product is that it is the ideal controller for virtual reality because it lets you move through the world, and your whole body is controlling your actual movement.
Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. I've had a lot of demos. Like, shout out to my man Palmer Lucky, you know what I'm saying, over at the Oculus. Like, he showed me so many, like, different type of games, like, out in Vegas at CES. I was like, yo, this stuff is cool. And now that I think about what he showed me before and experiencing this, it'll be better, like, automatically. Now, what I want to ask you is, when people see this, they automatically going to think that, hey, this is only going to be limited to certain type of games because it's an exercise bike. But y'all was telling me that this opens up to any kind of game the way you guys have it designed. So what's some of the plans that you guys have with games that you already have, but even going into the future? Like, what's some of the games that you guys have already possibly talked about, thought of, that you feel will make a great game for this product?
Well, when people first see this, they imagine that we're doing some kind of bicycle simulation, like you're riding a bike through Paris or New York City, right? That's the first thing you think of, right? But that's kind of limiting, right? First of all, riding a bike is more fun outdoors than you could ever have indoors on this thing, even with VR, right? But it's also very limiting. If you use this as a conveyance, think of it as a virtual reality conveyance, and you are moving any kind of avatar you can think of, a horse or a car or a tank or a helicopter, whatever you can think of, through any kind of gameplay that your imagination could come up with. That's the palette that you have with this thing, right? So what you saw today was 3 starting games. So one is a Stampede.
The rodeo joint. Oh wait, I gotta talk about that one, bro. Yo, let me tell y'all something. No, you gotta hold the belt on this one. Like, you gotta hold the belt, please. I had to pass the championship belt off. You know what I'm saying? First off,
my partner should be wearing this, but I'll wear it for him.
All right, well, he's gonna wear it for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, seriously, when I played the rodeo game, it made me appreciate the device instantly, like instantly. So what it is, just to walk you through it, like, so you're sitting on the joint, got the VR helmet on, right? You pedaling, going real fast, and then the slightest lean, it detects it. So, and I'll tell you something right now, when you got first-person shooter games, that response time is deadly. It is important. It is the purest feel of a game. This device has it. like that weight detection, like just the movement, perfect, on point, crazy. All right. So now that you got that, you hold the R trigger and you got like the lasso. So when it gets to the green area, boom, you throw it and you take them off the horse. Then you keep going, and the horses are spreading out. So you got to keep riding, go faster. Then you lean this way to get this one. Then it gets on fire. You know I love that word fire. I always say things is fire. You got fire in the game. I love you, man. I just had to say that again. Like the experience was that crazy, dog. So now, so that's one of the games that I tested out. Even with that game, I felt that you guys got a home run with it. So I can only imagine what else you guys working on. Now, talk about the next game, the racing game and the other stuff that you guys was working on.
So we have a Formula One race game, and there's a bunch of different levels. And you played one where you're racing first of all yourself, but these are also designed to be multiplayer games, right? Yeah. So you are racing other people who come into your virtual world, and you race them. And they could be anywhere. They could be in Tokyo. They could be in California. It could be anywhere, right?
That's crazy, man. Like online VR gameplay. This is like me personally, just like being such a hardcore fan of games. Like this is one of those moments where it's unreal. It's unreal, man. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, this is one thing that you'll learn about me in my interviews. I always like to take time out to thank the people behind the work. I feel like a lot of times y'all don't get enough credit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my man. There's another dude in here too. Shout out to my man right here. He's behind the scenes right now, but this is my guy right here. And the thing is, I really love y'all, and I thank y'all, and I appreciate the time that you guys take, because everything that y'all work hard for, I just was on this for like a good 10-15 minutes, and I can't wait to tell the world about it. I'm very happy, and that's what y'all did for me. So I just want to say I really appreciate y'all. I thank y'all, and keep working hard, and I will always support. This is legendary to me, so thank you so much. I want to take time out to tell you that. Now the next thing is, one thing I want to talk about this, is this the final edition of the product, or do you guys got ideas to refine it upon release? Because one of the things I noticed in one of the games that I played is when I landed, I didn't feel vibration.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to feel like I landed. So it just brings you, because there's some stuff in this game where you're flying around and it's like, oh my God, you can't explain it. You feel like you're really in the air. But when you land, it's just like on a plane. You're going to feel that little rumble. You know what I'm saying? Is there any plans to add something like that?
Well, we had some thoughts about that. It's possible. Well, we should have turned the fan on, because seems like a small thing, but having the wind going past you, really,
that would have been.
For God, but little things, subtle little things. In VR, you don't need that much, right? So you have visual input, right, and that's in sound, and that's quite a bit, considering that you're flying the Pegasus through a canyon, right? So that's already hitting your senses pretty hard. Yeah. Maybe we'll add some jumbo in there to make you feel like you're landing, or feel some turbulence or something.
Yeah, sure. I'm telling you, because see, the thing is, you never know what's the point of cool factor that will make certain people say, I gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything, like with the fan on, with the wind, feeling that, I gotta get this. Like for me personally, the pedaling and the sense of direction, that alone right there make me get it. Because any game that you play that's responsive, that's what makes it fun. Because when you tell it to do something, it does it. So if something goes wrong, it's your fault. That's the way games should be played. This does that, so I'm sold on it. But there's a lot of people that you gotta do a lot. It takes a lot more layers to get them to get it. Something like that would make them like, I felt that, I gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's just something to look into. You see what I'm saying?
Heard that. So so we have a bunch of these out there already being used by quite a few people, and we like the feedback like this, because this is how it got to where it is, right? So you got to listen to people when they have good ideas, and so a bunch of people give you an idea like that, it's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah, this is my profession. I be playing games all the time. So the moment I landed and I didn't feel the land, anything that takes you out of the experience could ruin the overall sale of why you should have this product. Because you don't want somebody to be like, this is hot, but you want to say, this is hot, get that shit now.
I wish I did that.
You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. This is hot, get that now.
So you asked about other games. So other things that we're working on is we have a multiplayer tank game. Now remember, So think about this. So remember it's immersive. So when you're looking at a 2D screen and you're playing a tank game, the tank, somebody's coming up around behind you or something. You have to look around, right?
Yeah.
In 3D, you can hear it behind you, right? And it's very compelling. It's going to make you pedal really hard to get away.
Yeah.
Right. So this is how you use the immersive quality of gameplay in VR to make you pedal, and then your responses to it are what makes it feel so compelling and immersive.
Yo, now, since you said tanks, right? One of the biggest games, shout out to my peoples, you know what I'm saying, but World of Tanks. That's one of the biggest ones.
My favorite game, by the way.
Oh, for real? Yeah. See, this is a great conversation. So my thing is, I know you was talking about eventually you're gonna have like a lot of third-party outside companies be able to make games for something like this in VR and make it all work. What's some of the games you like personally, like after having this experience and seeing people respond to it personally? If you had like 3 games you could get right now.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
So number 1, helicopter.
Helicopter?
Right.
I can see the chopper.
Right.
Oh my God.
So you're pedaling a helicopter. Your pedaling keeps it in the air.
Yeah.
And you're leaning. That's how you move it around. And you're shooting and like a rescue game, something like that, right?
That'd be dope.
Another one is this is probably going to tend to appeal more toward. By the way, kids, you cannot get kids off of this thing. They just love playing in this thing, right?
I can imagine.
Particularly since they get to do things in VR they can't do in the real world, like fly horses and drive cars. Right.
And
for us as adults,
fantasy
that's right. So they also get to.
What you got? Oh my God! I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
I'm geeking out right now.
No, it's good. Okay, so other things. So using very similar flight controls, you are controlling a dragonfly in giant garden, kind of Alice in Wonderland style.
See, now I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm so glad you said that. Now, I was playing Lego Dimensions, right? That's one of my favorite games right now. You build the Legos, play in the world, the portal, and all of that stuff. And my thing is, with the way that game is designed, there's certain areas in the game that if this could be used in that, like I would love to see that type of exploration and stuff like that. So I think what you guys got here is crazy. I got a few more questions. I'll wrap it up. I wanted to ask you about this. This mode button, what does that do? What type of functions and features that this overall device have? Because I used it, but there's so much more to it. I see the buttons I see here. Walk me through all the functionality of the device itself.
So this button, frankly, is kind of a leftover from the original product that this was. It was underlying that we converted into this game controller.
Right.
So some of the other add-ons here are these joysticks.
Okay.
Right. And so you have 5 buttons on each joystick.
Right.
So you are using a couple here, for firing and other kinds of controls.
It feels great too, and it feels real strong and sturdy. I love it.
Yeah. No, it's very.
I was gonna fall. I was scared of falling. And
we have
designed where you won't fall, and I didn't fall. So don't worry about it.
Well, the other things you can do with all these buttons is, for example, there's very much a social media. A solution here, right? So since it's multiplayer, you are riding around the canyon, right?
Yes.
But you could just meet a buddy there in the canyon and kind of walk around and talk. So one of these buttons is a talk. So you have converse with the other guy or gal, whoever it is, someplace. So it could be a place you can meet and talk to each other in the virtual world. In a canyon on a horse.
I got a major question for you, and this is a business deal question. Yo, Dave and Buster's would probably give you guys a fortune to license this technology in their stores around the world. Like, have that even been discussed? Have you even showed it to like some of the head people in that business? Like, this gotta happen. Like, talk to me about that. Like, what's up?
So we are in conversations with a number of potential channel partners, distribution partners, and as you can imagine, it would be a very popular way to move a lot of VR gear. Because next year is the big year for VR, right? This is when Sony PlayStation and Facebook Oculus Rift and Vive are coming out with their big push.
Yeah.
And what they need is an application that really gets someone to go to the store, try it, and just walk out with a headset, right? The VR headset. And we think we're one of the very few applications that will actually motivate people to do that, because not only is it a lot of fun, but it solves a real problem. It gets kids moving.
Now I have another question for you, because this is like such a dominant device. I think it'd be really cool if built in the actual device, for example, right? When you're playing PlayStation or you're playing Xbox, you get achievements, you get trophies and things like that. It'd be amazing if when you plug your bike into your and this is something that I got from Lego Dimensions. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. When you build your toys, they have toy tags, so you could build it up and level it up, and then it records the toy tag. So I could take my Batmobile to anybody's house, and it'd be my Batmobile because it levels up. It'd be amazing if this device itself was a game in itself, to where the device itself could level up. So let's say the bike itself get a trophy for doing certain things because of what you was able to accomplish on a bike. Sure. And the reason why I say that is because you want not just the games or the virtual headset to be popular, you want the bike to be popular too. And I think utilizing those gaming niches will bring this to life as a product as well. What are your thoughts on something like that? Have that been discussed?
Yeah, well, a couple things. One idea that I think dovetails into that is this idea that your avatar, so you were flying around as a horse, it changes over time. You can modify it and make it yours.
Oh, dope!
Right, that kind of thing. We actually had some jokes about, having some downloadable content. You could have your horse smoking a cigar.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
So otherwise,
wearing his hat backwards, off on the hood. This is Brooklyn. All right, cool.
See what I'm saying? So yeah, so personalizing it, making it yours.
Yo, that's crazy. So for the last question, man, this is how I like to put it. Anybody that I talk to, especially doing a first time interview with, I gotta ask this question: what made you love games? Where did your passion come from? What was the moment in your life where you said, this is what I need to do for the rest of my life, because people need to be happy, people need to be inspired? I know I can do that. I know I could bring this to other people, because I feel that one of the things about gaming, like I said, my grandmother, she taught me how to play games when I was 4, and one of the things about gaming is the ability to share, the ability of bringing a smile to your face. The barrier breaks down. It don't matter who you are, how old you are, what color you are, what race you are. None of that stuff matters. Like back in the day in the arcades, you walk in and you got your quarters, and it doesn't matter who it is. Yo, I got next. And, oh, word, you nice to this game. You made your best friend right there. That's what gaming has done for me, and I just want to bring that energy to all forms of entertainment. So I want to ask you, what got you your start? What made you want to do this, and what kept you here? Because this means a lot to me to know you now.
Well, here's the thing. When you see, I was watching your reaction to using this, and you were obviously really enjoying it. And so it really drives us. What drives the whole team, not just me, but the whole team, is the joy that it gives people. They just love using this thing, and it's think about it. Probably people say, well, games aren't that good for you. You're sitting there, but this thing gets you moving, right? It's actually a healthy product. Yeah. It's just so it's not just fun. But the greatest thing is just the response people have to it, just the joy. They just enjoy it. And so it's very satisfying to make a product like that.
I'm telling you, thank you so much. Look, man, one love and God bless. Your boy Hip Hop Gamer, High 97 BET GameStop. Please let us know, when can we get our hands on the VirZoom? Give us a date, anything you can. Let us know where we can get this device.
Well, we'll be shipping this by the second quarter next year, which is about the time that the different VR headsets are coming out. All right.
I'm talking about. Yo, man, it's been crazy. It's been real. I played it. I used it. I experienced it. Now it's your turn. We out of here, baby. God bless. Peace.